glad you could join me again today. I'm going to continue again with this theme of self-care because I think sometimes we can get the wrong idea. Have you heard that phrase, love is all you need? It's from an old Beatles song. The lyrics go, you can learn how to be you in time, it's easy. All you need is love. Doobie-doobie-doo, however it goes, all you need is love. But it's a nice thought. But is it true? Is it really true that all you need in life is love? Well, yes, we can say that's true in one instance. We need to know the love of God. We need to have God in our lives. That's very, very important. But when it comes to self-care and living in this world, there are a few other aspects of love that we need as well. The first one I thought of was mutual respect. This is a two-way street, isn't it? I respect you, you respect me. I was taught that my rights stopped where yours began, and that was called consideration. I might not agree with you, but that's not the question. The issue of respect is that it governs how I treat you or how I speak about you. I respect your right to your opinion, and I expect you to respect my right to my opinion. And in that way, we demonstrate care one for another. We show mutual respect, and we fulfill God's commandment to be subject one to another as he teaches us in 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 5. We also need support. We need each other to be there when it really matters. We don't live to ourselves. We don't die to ourselves. We affect each other by everything we do. And as we recognize our need for each other, we know that that's vital to self-care. We help each other, don't we? And support also means the side of understanding and giving encouragement. We support each other in good times and in bad. We know that others are there for us, that they care, and they care because they know that that helps to create a healthy society. So we need each other. We need support. And as we've talked about before, we need boundaries, don't we? If we love each other, we will respect those boundaries. We will have a set of our own, and they might look different, but that's okay. Love means I respect your boundaries. And we also need space to grow and to develop. And love means that I will encourage you and help you find healthy ways and healthy paths. And you will do the same thing for me. And we rejoice in each other's successes, and we comfort each other in the agonies of defeat. And maybe what we need to do is kind of redefine our definition of love. Because when we explore God's lengthy definition in 1 Corinthians 13, we learn that love is much more than emotion and harps and cherubs and flowers. It's a nitty-gritty determination to endure with someone. Just think about the words from 1 Corinthians 13. It talks about suffering long, about thinking no evil, about bearing all things, enduring all things. And these may seem like really odd terms to link with the type of love or the definition of love that's promoted today, but this is the call of God to love with nitty-gritty perseverance. And with that love comes mutual respect and support and boundaries and space to grow. It's a bigger picture, isn't it? So love isn't all you need. You need those things too. And according to 1 Corinthians 13, you need kindness and humility, good behavior, patience, truth, hope. Those words are in that chapter as well. And so you see that love is more than a hug and a kiss. It's more than a couple at the altar or the infatuation of a teenager. It's three other things. It's work and sacrifice and commitment. So love is not all you need. You need to put some stuff with it. So how does this fit with self-care? Well, here's how I see it. If I'm going to properly care for myself, then I'm going to be seeking to have the right sort of love toward you. So if I hurt your feelings, I'm going to ask forgiveness. If I want your respect, then I will show you respect. If I see your need, then I'm going to do my best to meet that need. If I say I care about you, then I will demonstrate that by my words and my actions. The love that's been given to me will be shared with those around me. And what does that do for me? Because we're talking about self-care. Well, it means that I'm following Christ's example. I'm doing God's will in my life. Does it mean that everybody will love me back? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that I will never be disappointed or hurt? No, it doesn't mean that either. Does it mean I will be acknowledged or recognized? Nope, that's not the answer either. There's a little passage in Jesus' teaching that addresses these attitudes about these matters. Listen to this from Luke chapter 6, verses 31 to 35. As you would that men should do unto you, do ye also to them likewise. And if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. And if you do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do the same. And if you lend of them of whom you hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love ye your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great, and ye shall be called the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Well, this little passage teaches us so much about the right attitude in love. The first little bit is called the golden rule. As you would that men should do unto you, do you unto them likewise. You may have heard it from Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, where it says, whatsoever you would that men should do unto you, do ye even so to them. It's one of the first concepts I was taught as a child, and that is actually love in action. Doing good to others, thinking about others, making decisions based on others, not on yourself. And when you look at the middle portion of that passage, you can see the distorted view of love. Loving in order to get something back. Loving or doing good because someone's done something for you or because you hope to get some kind of profit. And that is not real Christian love. That's not the kind of love that's going to be healthy for your self-care. Jesus then speaks in the last bit of loving our enemies and doing good and lending without hope of gain. And that is sacrificial love. It's the example of Christ, and it takes the commitment and the work. But I love that final little phrase. It says he was kind to the unthankful and to the evil. And there's a true example for us. When it comes to self-care and love, we need to be willing to share that love with those who really, in so many ways, have not earned it, maybe don't deserve it, but yet we grant mercy and grace and love to the unthankful and to the evil. Now that doesn't really sound like self-care, does it? It sounds like putting ourselves out there and taking a real risk, but that's exactly what the Lord is asking of us, to show love that the world does not recognize, love that goes beyond their limitation, love that sets us up, according to verse 35, for great reward. And that idea of looking beyond, of investing our lives in others, is genuine self-care. As we entrust our lives to the Lord and live according to his design, we are caring for ourselves in the healthiest of manners. So what does your love look like? Are you expressing it with genuine intent, or are you withholding? Are you persevering in love, or are you about to give up? Are you kind to the unthankful and the evil, or are you stabbing them with angry words? You see, love isn't all you need, but it sure is a good judge of how you're acting. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week.